Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Pemko number 177AT. This is a threshold, as you can see. This is a nice threshold from Pemko. This is the one that I would use. Here's what I mean by that. It's nice and heavy. It's got a good thickness on the extrusion. Okay, that tells me, based on experience, that this is going to last long, take a lot of traffic, be able to withstand a lot of use, a lot of volume. Okay. I like this threshold also because it's a bump up style. We'll talk about that more in a moment. It's a smart threshold in the sense that it can work very well with surface mounted exit devices, which we'll talk more about that in a moment. And it has these serrations that are underneath on this side here, and that when you are getting this item screwed down to the floor, has a tendency to resist that lateral force. Let's go over it. The 177 is representative of this profile. This is a bump up or latch track or panic threshold. The A means mill aluminum finish. This is going to be available from Pemko in the D finish, which is dark bronze anodized aluminum, and the G finish, which is a gold anodized aluminum. The T means Thermo seal. Now that's good because this Thermo seal that's here is good, long-lasting, effective, replaceable should someday you need to replace it. Okay, it can help you with replacement material. Made of aluminum. There is an image below this video showing the important dimensional properties of this threshold. Let's go over that now. Now, why this threshold is really great is because it's a good width. It's 5 inch. 5 inch is really nice and common for lots of thresholds because it's compatible with your typical jamb depth on a hollow metal door. 5 3/4, very common, and this would complement a 5 3/4 jamb depth really well. I don't see these installed overwhelmingly often on aluminum storefront doors, but you do see these installed, and the 5 inch fits into that realm as well. Now, the other thing that makes this really nice is the overall height is 7/8. Okay, down here it's for 1/2 inch. That's going to make it very compatible with typical industry standard hollow metal doors where the undercut is basically 3/4 inch. Okay, so all of that conspires to make it very common. What I like to do with this threshold and why people will use this is because you're getting a very good seal of the face of the door pressing up against that threshold. The only downside of this, you still need a door sweep is what I'm trying to say. You don't want your point of barrier of weather on the inside of the door. You want it out here. So you might consider adding a bristle sweep, something neoprene, maybe even a bristle that has an angle to it because that will dovetail, not dovetail, but it will mate very nicely to this sloped surface that's here. Okay. Give yourself 2 points of barrier, really. So a bump up is used because someone wants, that style that's going to really nicely secure the door. Someone will also want this because, and again, because it's a bump up style, it's certainly not going to be handicap compliant and would not be possibly the best option if you're taking cart traffic, hand cart. Let's say it's a restaurant and you're going to take deliveries through this door. This may not be the best option for that. You might want to reconsider. But here's an application where it is the best option. Think of a big box store. Well, along the back wall of that 50,000, 100,000 square foot building, you have sets of double doors. Those doors are rarely open because they're emergency exit style doors. Those doors, because they're emergency exits, need to have surface vertical rod panic devices. This threshold is going to give you double duty. Good seal, as we discussed, but also that bottom latch assembly on a surface vertical rod exit device, Pullman latch, is made, this threshold is made to receive that bottom latch right up against this ridge and act as the bottom strike. That makes a very smart sort of installation. The point of that being good is you're going to get the seal, you're going to get the convenience of being able to secure the bottom of the door with the exit hardware. And keeping in mind, these doors are rarely open. They're emergency exits. They're only opened really to test, an alarm. They're open to test operation of the doors and hardware themselves, whatever that cycle is. Now, not that you would use this as a panic threshold or latch track threshold on a 3-foot door. This is a 3-foot piece, but 72-inch, sure, all the time. 3-foot piece tells me someone just wants a bump up threshold. That's what they're doing. Okay. There is a line in the extended description for offset applications. Applications use an elevator. You can get a triangular shaped piece of aluminum in different heights, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, and it's an elevator. If you had a funky flooring condition where, let's say, you had a 1/4 inch of tile on the inside, but then your sill out here needed to pick up the fact that you're now 1/4 inch off, you could run a small elevator out here, okay, and be able to make that work really nice. Sound tested, Builders Hardware Manufacturers Association certified. It's fire rated. It's air infiltration tested. It's listed in the website in several different lengths. Again, this is a 3-foot length. If you have need for a custom length, by all means let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces and indicate in the comment field what length you'd like for us to cut the material back to. Now the reasoning is if you had to take, let's imagine this. This is a 48-inch piece, and you had to cut it down to, say, 42-inch. You'd eliminate, surely, that first countersink that's there. And speaking of that countersink, screws are included in a complementary finish. They're probably about a number 10 by 1.5 inch, flathead. So when you cut that down, not only would you eliminate that, but then your center to center of the screw holes would not be consistent. May not matter, but it would if it was my installation. Also, it's not necessarily easy to drill. Well, it's easy sometimes really to drill the hole, but sometimes countersinking, it's more of a challenge. And I can't tell you how many countless installations I've seen prematurely fail because someone just drilled a hole and put a flathead screw right into a round hole. It's a point of failure. All that lateral pressure, especially on a bump up style where that door is constantly hitting it to readjust it, moving it, which is why I like these serrations down here. If you don't have a countersunk hole, you're going to have a premature failure. If you ordered a custom length, we're not only going to cut it to length, put the first countersink at the proper distance from the edge and the proper center to center as well. Saves you the trouble of cutting this material down. You'll get a You'll get a factory edge on the end of it as well. It's typical and common for the material to ship long, meaning the Thermo seal insert. It's normal for you to trim that, sticking out on both sides. And for all of those reasons and those applications is why I'm partial to this threshold alone. Now, Pemko has a variety of variations on the bump-up style threshold. There is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up the full-line product catalog and review all things weather stripping as it pertains to Pemko. They, whether it be commercial or residential, they do stand alone when it comes to the broadest spectrum of available items from a single manufacturer. When it comes to weather stripping, if you're looking for it, Pemko's probably going to have it. I'm partial to them because of that, but I'm partial to them also because they've got great customer service, predictable, reliable shipping times. They are able to pull the proverbial rabbit from the hat occasionally, which is always appreciated, and they've got great value for the dollar spent. If you have any questions on the Pemko number 177AT bump-up style mill finish latching panic exit saddle with black Thermo seal insert, or any other Pemko product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.